Okay, so today we're going to look at statutory interpretation. In particular, we're going to look at exactly what that is, the definition of statutory interpretation, and why judges may need to interpret statutes, reasons for interpretation. You must know at least two reasons why judges may interpret statutes as per the VCE study design. Firstly, what is statutory interpretation? Essentially, it is just when judges interpret the words or phrases in an act or a piece of legislation that's been passed by Parliament. The need arises when there's a dispute about what the words in a piece of legislation mean, and in particular it's important to note that judges can only interpret statutes when they apply to the case that they are hearing. So similarly, when judges can only create precedents, when a relevant case is brought before them, they can only interpret statutes when they are relevant to the case that they are hearing. And the interpretation, or the reason for their interpretation, creates a precedent, which is then read in conjunction with the Act for future cases. There are a number of reasons why judges may need to interpret statutes, and as I said, it's important that you must know at least two reasons and be able to explain them clearly. First reason that we look at is that most legislation is drafted in general terms, but has to be applied to specific circumstances. So judges will need to interpret the relevant law in order to apply it to the case they are hearing. Secondly, the Act might not have taken into account future circumstances that as society and technology changes, sometimes the meaning of the Act may need to change as well. For example, the Constitution refers to naval and military forces, but doesn't refer to the Air Force, because at the time the Constitution was drafted, there was no Air Force in existence. So judges need to interpret the legislation, or the Constitution in this case, to make the law relevant to modern society. And finally, the meaning of the words just may be ambiguous in the actual piece of legislation, because words and phrases in legislation passed by Parliament attempt to cover a broad range of issues. As a result, the meaning of some of those words might be unclear or ambiguous, and it's therefore necessary for the courts to interpret the words or phrases in order to decide on their meaning according to the intention of the Act. And that's it.